Thanks, Joe. After the break, highlights from the one-dayer at the Gabba.
Australia takes on a rejuvenated South Africa in the one-day series at the Gabba tomorrow. The Proteas buoyant after falling in by 2 runs from a gallant New Zealand overnight. Chasing 301 to win, the Kiwis looked out of it at 6 for 124, but Cairns and Perore turned it around.
It was a sensational night. New Zealand down and out 1 minute at 5 for 97, then incredibly fighting back to need just 7 from the last 2 balls to win.
Oh, that's got away, that's 4, that's 6! Oh, it's hit the line, it's hit the line, I can't believe it!
Replay showed it was 4, leaving 3 to be scored off the last delivery for a miraculous victory.
He's hit it high, he's going to be caught! This is going to be caught out, and drop it, will he? Oh, he's got it, he's got it! He's taken the catch! Well, that's it, what an unbelievable finish.
The Kiwis were heartbroken. Across the Tasman, they were crying foul. The match-winning catcher, Lance Klusner, cleared after being reported for grabbing the shirt of Daniel Vittori, running between the wickets. That happened away from the cameras, unlike the earlier run-out of Chris Cairns, which looked too close to call. But the sensational finish only heightens expectations for Australia's clash with the South Africans tomorrow.
It's nice from a batsman's point of view, and I think it's good for one-day cricket. I guess that's why crowds come to see big scores, and if every team gets 300, you're going to get packed crowds all the time, and it makes for exciting cricket.
And the Aussies have the firepower to produce such a total. Darren Lehmann and Stuart Law coming into the side and certain to play.
Tomorrow is very important. I've been told I'm opening the batting, so hopefully I can get away to a good start and just enjoy it mainly.
Duro Sen, 7 Nightly News.
And at the MCG just a few moments ago, Victoria has struggled to avoid outright defeat against New South Wales. Chasing 334, the Vicks had a dip early but finished 9 down for 281. To golf now, and Bradley work cut out tonight, defending 235 runs against South Africa on a friendly Gabba wicket. After a 68-run opening stand, the Aussies were never really able to get going. One-day wonder Michael Bevan top scoring with 45 off 46 deliveries. Mark Doran with the highlights.
Australia won the toss and came out to bat with hometown hero Stuart Law opening up. He and Mark Waugh made it very clear the plan of attack was to attack.
In the air and into the gap, that's another boundary.
The Aussies looked like pulling away when Alan Donald and his dodgy ankle arrived, but he simply gritted his teeth and reeled them in, first with Law's wicket.
Yes, he's gone. Oh, he's given him.
Then claiming Waugh's scalp.
That's out, caught behind, that's a big wicket.
The sellout Gabba crowd got into Gilchrist's ears, and he did hear them, while the only sound Darren Lehmann wanted to make was that of the ball hitting the fence. Finally, back in the Australian team, he fell victim to his own aggression on 34.
Got him, well played, well caught.
The captain's curse continued for Steve Waugh, out for 4. Australia in damage control at 4 for 140 after 33. Adam Gilchrist tried similar tactics, but was caught short when Donald stood his ground.
Oh, good catch.
A direct hit ended Warn's stay and had the locals stretching at 8 for 217.
Yes, he's on his way again. This will frustrate the South Africans. Oh, no, I think he's got him.
Bickle, an unlikely last-over hero, lifting the total to 235. Mark Doran, 7 Nightly News.
Starting pair of Mark Waugh and local Stuart Law. Cover drives, slashing cut shots and deft glides all on show. In fact, the partnership was rock solid. 50 runs off 11 overs. Waugh finding boundaries on the leg side, but Law couldn't handle the same shot.
Yes, he's gone. Oh, he's given
Struggling with fitness, Donald then had the scalps of both openers. The Aussies 2 for 75. Releasing Warne would come later as the Australian top order sat in waiting. The right and left-hand combination of Ponting and Lehmann taking on the tourists. But in the space of 9 runs, the Aussies self-destructed. Lehmann snapped up by Rhodes, Steve Waugh continued his wretched one-day form, and Ponting played into the hands of Simcox.
Got him, caught and bowled. Well.
Instead of steaming in though, Donald was again left limping. Callis another casualty. Even umpire Parker was in danger after Bevan clubbed one straight. Somehow, Donald mustered some spring in the deep.
Oh, good catch.
Warren was left short sprinting for late runs. Bickle and Bevan didn't need to. Australia's total, 235. Michael Roberts, National 9 News.
Thanks, Peter.
Two for 75. And the Australians already were coming under a little bit of pressure. Darren Lehmann hit out for 34 from 51 balls, and then Jonty Rhodes caught him out at point. And indulged in a little bit of fancy footwork as well, Jacques Cullis, the bowler. And then Steve Waugh, caught by Simcox off Cullis. Simcox, quite a good catch away to his left-hand side there. He had to move quickly. It was almost through. In fact, I'm sure Steve Waugh reckoned it was when he struck it. Ricky Ponting, caught and bowled. He's having a lot of trouble with that particular shot 3 times now, where he's been beaten in the flight, either by a slow ball or by the off-spinner. He's found himself in trouble. Adam Gilchrist, caught by Donald, a wonderful catch out in the boundary. Took the catch and then a quick glimpse around behind him to see how close he was to the rope. Paul Rifle, caught by Rhodes off Donald. Rhodes had a great day in the field. It was absolutely brilliant. And Donald, who's injured, came back very well. And Shane Warne run out here. Wonderful throw by Jacques Callis. He threw to the opposite end. Klusner was calling for him to go to the wicket-keeper's end. He threw out the middle stump. Shane Warne might have hurried a fraction more, but that was the way it finished up. 8 for 235. Pollock 1 for 32. Klusner none for 66 to win. Full 50 overs. Required run rate 4.72. So it's certainly not out of the question.
A promising start in today's one-day international against South Africa to set the visitors a mediocre chase tonight. Mark Waugh and Stuart Law put on 68 in quick time for the opening partnership, but aside from a late flurry from Michael Bevan, the rest of the batsmen were subdued by the Proteas' attack.
On 140, Australia lost Steve Waugh for 4.
It's got him, yes, nicely taken.
And then Ponting for 31.
Got him, caught and bowled.
Bevan and Gilchrist answered the call for a steadying partnership,
That's game for 4.
putting on 52 for the 6th wicket before Gilchrist belted one, but not quite far enough.
Oh, good catch.
Bevan went on to make a competent 45 not out,
This has got away, straight down to the fence for 4. That
helped along by the tail-enders, who employed plenty of slash but not much style to drag Australia's total up to 8 for 235.
Bevan unbeaten on 45. He faced 46 balls there, and the partnership with Gilchrist was 52. And that was where the Australians got back in with a chance. Before that, everyone got a bit of a start. Mark Waugh and Stuart Law, 37 and 27 respectively. Then Ponting 31 and Lehman 34. Everyone was promising up the top of the order there that they would get up to around about 250 or 260, but it never quite came to that. Steve Waugh was out for 4, and the rest just fell away towards the end. So South Africa 1 for 38 for Simcox and 2 for 32 for Jacques Callis. A wicket for 32 runs for Sean Pollock up the top. So 236 was never going to be quite enough unless the Australians could get through. And Gary Kirster once again destroyed an opposition bowling attack up the top there. Start Wilson 2 for 50 in all, and Rifle none for 39. Warne had to be used in slightly unusual fashion out there because Steve Waugh, South Africa 10, the best net run rate. That's not going to worry them anyway. The Australians have 4, New Zealand 2. So
Wide World of Sports, your Commonwealth Games network.